Alright, so in this video I'm going to demonstrate how you can add a very simple lead generation chatbot to your website using the codeless bot builder in the Zoho. Now this is a bot which will just get a couple of pieces of information, actually 3 or 4 from the website visitor, and it will save them to the CRM. Okay, so the first thing is you have to make sure that you have a department which is associated with the bot. So I'm going to use the answer bot department, and if you don't have a department, of course you have to create one for that, and then you also have to create a new brand for this bot. Now I already mentioned that you don't want to combine a brand, or you don't want to combine a chat widget which is both an answer bot and a Zoho bot, because that can lead to some unpredictable behavior. Okay, so what I've done is I've added a brand and I just called it codeless, which is because I'm going to demonstrate a codeless chatbot. Okay, so then we will go to this bot menu and go to Zoho bot. So now I'm going to create a new bot and I'm just going to call it demo, and we choose the codeless bot builder platform. There are many things to choose from, but we are going to choose this codeless bot builder. Go for next, and we select the brand to be codeless, and I'm just going to say this is a demo of the codeless builder. Okay, and let's just keep all these things as standard, and we will not make any changes for these. I'm just going to keep all these things as default values. And now we have created the bot, or rather we have started creating the bot, and you can see that the first screen that you land on, this is the visual editor for the bot, right? So what you have to do now is, let's just click on this welcome card and see what it says. So you can see it says, welcome to SalesIQ, how can I help you today? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this. Okay, so I'll click on this plus sign, and notice that there are different kinds of blocks that you can use. There are response blocks and we have action blocks, but what we are concerned here is the data blocks. So the first thing I'll do is add the name block. You can see that I just was able to drag and drop that block over here. The name of the block is not displayed anywhere, so you can use whatever you want. It's for your purposes. So you can say what is your name, and we don't want to allow the visitor to skip, so save it, and you can see that it started building out this flowchart very nicely for us. Click on the plus sign again, go to data blocks, and this time I'm going to add the email block. What is your email address? Save it. And the next thing I'm going to add is the company name. What is your company name? And go ahead and save that. And the final thing that I want to do is, so now we are going into information which is more custom to the user. Okay, in this case I'm interested in knowing what their Twitter handle is, and you can actually, in Zoho CRM there is already an existing field called Twitter in the leads module. Okay, so what you have to do is you create this visitor field and ask what is your Twitter handle, and you have to select the type. You can see that there are multiple types that you can select from. In this case it's just going to be a string, and then you have to remember to click on the save in visitor field, because we are going to use it, we are going to save it to a field called Twitter, and this has to map exactly to the field name in Zoho CRM. It is case sensitive, and if there are any spaces, etc., you have to make sure that you have to map it perfectly. Okay, and then go ahead and save it. Now we have collected all the information, and then we have to do the next step, which is to save this to Zoho CRM. So the way we do that is, if you scroll all the way down, you see there is also something called an integration block. So I'm going to associate all the information I collected with one of the leads, and you notice that it's already giving you this option to choose the company. And because if you know, the company name in the Zoho CRM is mandatory, you can't avoid specifying it, so you have to provide this company.name, okay, which is what we collected in this step. Okay, so this is the company name. And now coming back to I think I missed that thing. Okay, associate lead, and choose a variable company name, and we are going to save it. And notice that as soon as you do that, it has like two options. It could either succeed or it could fail. So what I'm going to do is, if it succeeds, I'm going to add this. And it's important that you have to have an endpoint to all your branches. Okay, so in this case, I'm just going to leave it as thanks for contacting us. But on the other hand, for the failure, I will also end it. I'll just change the message to say, sorry, something went wrong, please try again later. Or you can customize it according to your requirements. So there you go, and now we are going to publish it, and you can click on this to preview your bot. So you can see that as soon as you do that, it's going to ask your name. I'm going to say Aravind. Then it's going to ask for the email address. I'm going to say test@botflow.com. It has to be a valid email address. You can't submit something like that, but it doesn't check to see if it's a real email address or not. It just has to be in the right format. Go ahead and submit that. It's going to ask for the company name. I'm going to call it Botflow. And finally, what is the Twitter handle? I do have a Twitter handle just for this app. It's called Botflow app. And I'm going to save this information. So you can see that it did work, because it comes back with thank you for contacting us. And that's pretty much it. That's all you really need to create a lead generation chatbot using the codeless bot builder in Zobot. And just as I collected the Twitter handle, you will also be able to collect other fields as per your choice, as long as you have the field already defined in your Zoho CRM. Okay, and then you have to make sure that you use the correct field name as you create this visitor field type card. And that's pretty much it. And you will, so for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to end this video right now, and I'm going to come back in a few minutes to show you the results of this in the CRM itself.